All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It was the AFL, NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
He'll look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And right away, he lost the football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. Second and 9 now from the 21.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot!
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And now running right through it. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And that'll set them back 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. Going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now it's Hines. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. They'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. With a 1st touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out now come the Vikings. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Leopard! Watching that, Barney!
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. The open man is sharp. It's complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, he's got it complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though,
they will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there from 17 yards out. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Watch it now, Barney.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now Jackson to Barkley on the check down. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go. Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Unable to corral him. He fights through. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes.
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll set up a throw. That's caught at the 3. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now this time he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Hard throw, incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check, Patriot!
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him for a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And Cook has it, left side. Still going. They can't stop him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 4.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game set. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. He's going to fire one deep, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cook. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 74 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play as an athlete. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it.
Detroit!
Have some fun.
Detroit! Detroit! Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And another timeout called by the Vikings now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now here comes their final timeout. as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Flush to his right, and that will be incomplete as time has run.